Hey guys, we're live. Just going to have to wait a couple of minutes here to see when my YouTube stream catches up and see if anybody's actually in here with me. This is strictly a test tonight of my settings on the PC, so I don't know how long we're going to stream or what we're going to cover, but hey, figured I'd give it a go. So far. Ha! There we go. We're live. Hey guys. Kill the audio here. I can see comments. Let's see if we can get to all the comments for some reason. I'm working out a lot of tech details here, guys, so looks like we've got at least Patrick and Wesley with us. Hey guys, good to have you here. Glad you could join. This probably won't go live on my YouTube channel. This is just strictly an impromptu live stream. Just so what I was starting off with saying, this PC that I'm streaming on, I completely tore apart yesterday and inserted a new terabyte drive and added, what did I add? I doubled the RAM in it. It's not the best PC, but I'm up to, there's 8 gig RAM in it, and I think it's about a 2.8 or 2.9 gig system. Not the best, but it does the job. Unfortunately, I'm awfully tempted to rob the flight simulator downstairs and steal the i7 running at 4.9 gigahertz down there. And I don't even remember how much RAM I have or what video card is in it. But anyway, I decided to completely revamp this PC instead and do a little work, which means I have to start all over with all my settings, the OBS broadcasting, my streaming settings, all that kind of good stuff. So I think we're live, and I think it's working. If you guys could throw a comment down in the chat and let me know how the audio and video is coming across, I'd really appreciate that. That is the purpose of my broadcast tonight, other than just want to hang out with you guys. I was looking forward to this. We didn't have a tech talk this week, and I don't know how we're going to do the scheduling yet of these tech talk live streams going forward, but I'd like to resume them on a regular basis. Cheers, guys. Happy Friday night, guys. I'm not sure where you're all at, but where I'm at, we're well into the Friday evening, and this is the brew that I made on my last YouTube video. It's a little cloudy yet. It's going to be hard to show because the mug is slightly frosted too, but that's the Mexican cerveza that I brewed the other day, and God, guys, that is tasty. You're going to see me tasting that a lot this broadcast. James said a little while ago, where's here? Well, I don't know where here is. I'm not sure. I missed the comment in the context, but here is Southwestern Ontario for me. Wesley said, on the bright side, your computer will be pretty fast. It's always fast after a fresh install, and audio and video is good. Thank you. And James also said, thank you. The audio and video is good. Perfect, guys. Really appreciate that. Right now, I'm actually having some problems with the encoding. It's a little glitchy, and I'm not sure why. This didn't happen before. This is new, so I have no drop frames in my stream right now, but if I try and stream a video recording, it crops right out, which is totally bizarre because I didn't have that problem before. But again, we're in the reinstall process. I can speak to the PC itself is a demon compared to what it was. It had been an ungodly length of time since I last formatted this thing. I have been lazy, I'll admit it. Just total laziness on my part. No question, that's simply all it was. So it was time, and I I got most. So what I started the install last night, and I actually finished it in one night. First time ever in history, I was able to do a complete wipe, format, reinstall, and finish it within one night. No, that was a really long night. I started at supper time, and I think I went to bed at nearly 4 a.m. last night, so it wasn't easy. Steven's here. Hey, Steven. Yay, I made it. Well, glad. Um, I mentioned to the other guy, Steven, that this is a pretty informal cast. I don't have much laid out as far as a plan or anything else. This is just a settings test. But yeah, glad you guys could join me tonight. I wish I could stream some tunes. If YouTube wouldn't give me copyright strikes and whatnot, I would love to stream some music or something for a Friday night broadcast. But hey, that's not an option. I have to settle for homebrew beer and my yakking. FYI, guys, the Skype call in is on the top right of your screen, and I do have Skype live now. I even changed my status to online. Holy smokes, I'm ahead of the game. If anyone wants to call in and yak live, more than welcome to. We can even pull you up on video. I'd love to actually test that too. Anyway, Wesley said, I've heard the stream software is pretty buggy and glitchy. Are you using Wirecast? Nope, I am using OBS. I don't know, can you do it free with Wirecast? I don't know whether there's a free option or anything like that. I went with OBS. It's open source and it's free. In the past, years ago, I used VidBlaster on Justin.tv, and OBS isn't nearly as configurable. It isn't quite as user friendly. I can't preview and bring things up on demand, but hey, it's free and it works, so very cool. Steven said it's cool, just casual chat is good, and it's and is that the homebrew? Yes, Steven, sorry you were a late joiner. This is the Mexican cerveza that I brewed in the last video. I kegged it. It was completely brewed in 2 days. New record for me. This stuff, the yeast went crazy, and it was completely wiped out and done fermenting in 2 days. So I let it go another additional 3, I think, and I kegged it just a few days ago. It was, I think, 3 days ago. I let it sit at high pressure in the keg for carbonation for 48 hours, and I turned it down last night, and this is what we get. Actually, you can see the bubbles there. Even though this mug is not very clear, that's what we've got. Pretty, it tastes amazing, actually, for a new beer. Usually they get really good after about 3 or 4 weeks, but this one, well, I'm going to be drinking a lot of it. Tom said, how is the Learjet cockpit going? It's not. I have not touched the Lear in a long time. I have been promising a Learjet update for a long time now, and I just simply never got around to it. Here is the LEDs for the main instrument panel lighting that I had been meaning to install now for, I think, 2 months-ish, guys. I'm sorry. It's summertime here in Ontario now, and getting out to do things is a little bit more of a priority than the Lear. So I just been slacking. It's entirely my fault. So look forward to a Learjet video coming up, guys, sometime soon. Fingers crossed. I will get that main instrument panel lighting. I have some Arduinos that I need to implement, and I have a flight guidance computer I have to build. I showed it on a Mailbag Monday video months ago. It's a complete FGC for the Lear, 100% scale. And I was lucky enough, I printed the knobs out for all the other kits that went out across the world. And I just got to get around to building it, guys. Just got to get it done. Sorry guys, I'm just catching up with the chat. Wesley said, have you ever done any research about using a WT32 Bluetooth module and implement hands-free calls in your car? I'm thinking about doing that in my Toyota Matrix. No, I have not done any work with implementing like bidirectional audio through the Bluetooth modules. I see no reason why you couldn't though. Surely this has been cracked and well documented by now. With the modules we have. Actually, I just cleaned up my desk, guys. I had everything laying out here. I even had some microphone modules for the Arduino and a direct voice recognition module too. I see no reason, Wesley, that you couldn't do that. I think it would be a great project, and the only drawback I could see is the hands-free units are not that much money to buy, so I guess depends on what you're interfacing it with. If you're going to interface it right with the vehicle or something like that, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, let me know. I'd love to see that project take shape. I love seeing people open source and recreate what even commercial units are out there. It's pretty cool to see it done a little bit more by the community and people like us. I'm just going to refresh my screen here, guys. Make sure the chat's up to date. Yep, no, it wasn't at all. So, as usual with YouTube, they have a lot of bugs, guys. So I refreshed my screen, and sure enough, there's multiple new chat comments that I wasn't getting yet. So anyway, we'll struggle through it. Hopefully they Google, YouTube, get your act together. Get your live streaming working, because this is the future. Forget about watching cable TV. People aren't going to watch me, but they'll watch other people. This is just get the live streaming working. Wesley said there's a free Wirecast version for YouTube. Just Google YouTube Wirecast. I will do that, actually. I'll check and see. I'm wondering how much of a studio function it'll offer compared to what I can do with OBS or with VidBlaster. Excuse me, guys. But I'm going to check into that, Wesley. Thank you. Scott said, hey, what's up, Eric? I haven't been able to join recently due to exams, but they're done now, so I got a summer of electronics ahead of me. Congrats, Scott. Good stuff. Love to see what you're building. Summer's never a good time to be messing around with electronics in the basement or the workshop when you want to be outside, but if it's the only free time that we've got to work with it. Hope your projects work out well. Wesley said, me too, exams being done. I have a long list of summer projects I want to do. yeah, it's funny. Cram it in when you can, guys. Get them up there, and please make some videos, or at least take some pictures and share them. Throw them on the G+ community. I'd love to see them, guys. I really would. Oh, it's up. How's it going? And Tom's show is the Skype at make me, or no, the Skype. Let me just look at my stream here. The Skype should say, it's coming across my screen right now, Skype calls Eric.William13. That should allow you to call in, Tom. Just add me on Skype and I will add you back. And if you want to call in, I'm taking calls right now, guys. No problem. We can get some people up on the air. Don't have to show video. No problem. I'll try and keep your Skype username offline too. So I was just I won't deviate from the chat too long here, guys, because I'm actually enjoying. We've got more watchers tonight than I'm showing 7 in right now, which is pretty cool. It's dropping 6 and 7 here. Actually, guys, if I don't know, I won't be leaving this video live, I don't think. Maybe I will. But if you can hit that thumbs up button below if you like this sort of thing, it would be greatly appreciated. It really helps, guys. And I was going to show you I was going to show you something I ran across today. I imagine most people in here subscribe to Dave Jones, the EEV blog. If you didn't already watch this, his video number 632 on the, we got a Skype contact. Sorry about that. Can't add Skype contacts. When you're streaming that monitor live. Foolish move, Eric. Good job. Anyway, Dave did a ripper of a video on the Solar Roadway fundraiser that has been all over. I think it's Indiegogo. I think they got like $2 million for these solar roadways functionality, and Dave spends 32 minutes tearing these things apart, and I can't disagree. Guys, I work in the field of alternative energy, not solar. I work in wind, and my business is alternative energy for 3 continents, and I can support Dave is poking holes in 100%. These things are, in their current form, are bunk, and I applaud their effort to do such a thing. They want to pave basically America in these solar powered roadways that are linked and bidirectional communication, all kinds of stuff, but they have no data and nothing. No proof, no case studies, no nothing. So if you go check out Dave Jones's latest video, it's 32 minutes of Terra crowd-funded project apart, which is a little too bad, but at the same time, I like when people use logic and physics to put information out there. But yeah, let's go back to the chat here, guys. Wesley said I watched that vid. It was awesome. Yeah. Steven said EV blog is awesome, and Scott said, haha, Dave absolutely destroyed them. It was hilarious. Yeah, there's no denying it's different in my opinion, guys. It's totally different when Dave does it there. He threw in a bit of humor and a bit of jabs, but at the end of the day, he was fighting them with logic and physics and numbers. I can respect that. As general rule, you can't even debate that. So I get a kick out of it too, guys. I love the comments people left too, talking about how every road used solar panels, something like 10% of all the copper in the world would be used. That's just not cool. Yeah. There's no doubt there'd be component consumption and stuff. This is my personal opinion, guys. I can't say laying it as a large road surface, it's just foolish. This is just not going to happen. Putting something like small repeatable modules, like your garden lights that you can buy at the dollar store now, something like that, totally doable and makes total sense to me. But yeah, their current format and the fact that the public fell into it head over feet, it's a little sad, but I get a kick out of it, so glad you guys did too. Yeah, Leroy is here. Good evening. Glad I checked G Plus tonight. Glad you could join, Leroy. Excellent. Surprised at the turnout. Leroy, this is just strictly a test of the audio and video and settings here. I'm looking for dropped frames and testing out my new PC. So actually, I have dropped some frames, guys. I've dropped 78 of them since you've been watching me. So yeah, that's not even 3 seconds worth. So well, whatever. I guess we're doing okay. So, just checking to see, I did have an ad on Skype. that I didn't intend to go up on the screen, but looks like Skype's still active. We're good. Steven said the thing is Dave has some very valid points. I did see the video on Indiegogo and thought it was a really good idea, but then I thought about it and knew it was too good to be true. Yep. For sure, Steven. That's my thought exactly. I think they're heading along the right lines, and I applaud their ingenuity and drive and determination. But I don't know. Think about it this way. I could be wrong on the number, but I think they got like $2 million. Who knows? $2 million could actually change the way things are headed and the status quo. $2 million in the hand of someone who is headstrong as hell could go down in flames and all the money is pissed away and it's gone. Or just maybe, they could make something happen. Don't know. Food for thought, guys. Never know. I'm going to refresh the page again here, guys, because I don't think the comments are working out too well for me tonight. Yep, they weren't. Can't wait to see Dave's vid. It seemed too good to be true to me too, but I doubt you'd use copper, you use aluminum. Yeah, well, you can't use aluminum in my neck of the woods because we dump tons upon tons of salt on everything to prevent snow problems in the winter. I have the world's largest salt mine is less than 2 kilometers from me, or second largest. Anyway, my neck of the woods, aluminum doesn't work very well. No matter how well sealed it is, it corrodes. At least copper has a fighting chance. Not only that, it's made from glass, and glass is very slippery when wet. Yeah, Steven, that was my first thought. You're not going to drive on glass, no matter whether they etch it, parse it, corrugate it. Not going to happen. And what about the accidents and damage it would cause to the solar panels? That is, not going to. Glass as a roadway service. Yeah, not gonna happen, guys. In my opinion, I'm pretty set on this. Not gonna happen. Maybe they can go with something else. Never know. Anything's possible. I wonder. Let's try. Wesley, are copper and aluminum similar as far as conductors go, or is aluminum too poor conductor? No, Wesley, aluminum is a just fine conductor. The problem is it corrodes extremely easily, and that's why aluminum wiring was banned from home use shortly after they thought it was the greatest thing in the 60s or 70s, and then everybody's houses started burning down because the stuff corrodes internally and just turns to dust. It turns to aluminum oxide, which is an amazing insulator. The stuff that spark plug porcelain is made out of, everybody calls it porcelain, that white stuff on spark plugs, yeah, check it out. You'll find that that's actually aluminum oxide based. Anyway, aluminum, good conductor, doesn't last, corrodes, falls apart, turns into a mega insulator, and bad things happen, believe it or not. Leroy said, missed the topic for tonight, but I know it was kind of spur of the moment thing, so it's all good. Not much of a topic tonight, guys. Just, you said it, spur of the moment. It's this is just a test, and I'll review the stream after. I've already set this to not go live on YouTube, just so I can record it from the YouTube side, and I know what I've got when I review it later, and I can check out the audio and the video and make sure things are working, because I actually had to mess with my video settings too, but it looks like they're coming through a little off format. I'm not doing full width format, which is kind of annoying, but whatever, it'll be what it'll be. In the meantime, if anybody wants to call in with Skype, please do. I love talking to someone instead of me just talking to myself, but I like having the chat working here, guys. It's pretty cool. Royd. I should ask you, how do I pronounce your username? Royd. Anyway, yeah, because of dissimilar metals, you need special connectors when you connect aluminum wires to other metal wires or it breaks. Yep, it turns into a battery. Scott said, got enough for a new mailbag yet? Actually, Scott, I went ahead and unpacked everything and didn't do a mailbag. What happened is IC Station sent me some stuff, and I had some stuff that I needed for new projects. I didn't have time to make a video. I needed them out. I ripped everything out of the packages. IC Station stuff, I was all set to do an unboxing mailbag type deal, and it turned out the part that I got was not at all what I intended to, no fault of theirs. So I couldn't apply it in the video that I wanted to do. So anyway, at the end of it, it all buggered up, and no mailbags, and actually a delay on videos too. So yeah. Wesley said, interesting. Good to know. Thanks for the explanation. James said, you are live on YouTube. That's how I'm watching. Yep. I most definitely am. I'm sending it to the YouTube servers, and hopefully that's how it's working out. Steven said, I would call like I said, but I really didn't get time to think of any questions. No problem, Steven. No worries. Nobody has to call. I'm like I said, this is just a test broadcast, and I'm happy just responding to chat questions or just yakking with chat. I do have a couple other webpage tabs open. I was going to share some goofy stuff, but yeah, this is whatever you guys want it to be. So throw it in the comments, whatever you want it to be. Tom's show. Do you have a PO box? Nope, I do not, Tom. It goes right to my house. Royd is right. Got the nick from Royd from Duke Nukem, but it's often taken. Very cool. Damn, guys, I might have to walk away and get more of this, because this is good stuff. I am absolutely I am hooked on that beer. It's quite warm here right now, and that Mexican cerveza, it's good. It's really light. Not a lot of alcohol in it. I didn't do a original gravity measurement, so I don't know how much for sure. But from my experience and the amount of fermentables I put in it, I'd put it at about like 4.5%. So it's not too bad. Nothing that's gonna make me fall off my chair in the next 5 minutes anyway. I hope. If I fall off my chair, guys, don't wait for me to come back. James said, are you going to do any more SDR videos? Yes, James. I have been lacking my SDRs lately, actually. 1 second. So, most of you have seen, anyone who watches my SDR videos have seen my SDR kit that I use, and I just revamped this and added and removed some items, and I'm really happy with this thing. I love just throwing it in my bag. I also, not that long ago, did my travel kit video. Nothing to add to this, but I've actually, sneak peek offline. That is a second kit that expands into some other areas that overlap SDR and signal receiving and transmitting. A little excited about that one. But strictly SDR, yes, I do have some plans to do some more SDR videos. Most of the items that I tried to video recently, the transmissions went offline before I could actually do it. So I've just had a run of bad luck lately, guys, for making YouTube videos. I have trashed at least, I'm up to 24 videos that I mark them all down on a sheet of paper on the topics I want to cover, and then I check them off as I do them and get them in the queue for editing. Now, one of them made it through for editing. It's just, I'm on a run of bad luck, so that's why I just gave up and went and worked on the computer for a day. Steven said that beer's going down a treat. It's not even touching the sides. Yeah. Yeah, it goes down good. Man, oh man. Speaking. On the topic of SDR, let's do a quick check of the SDR stuff. I have. I'll maybe share this on the G Plus community after the broadcast, but Frank, who is actually I'm pretty sure one of my subscribers, I definitely follow him on G Plus and multiple others, posted a side-by-side comparison here of the Noelec versus he said this one was the New Sky. This is the standard one that I get with this silk screening on it. I also have the Noelec one, and it's good to see exactly what I suspected is what's inside. Guys, these things are carbon copies. When you see the PCB the same color and the same silk screening and even the same solder jobs and quantity of solder on each joint, I'm not sure what all these comments say on the right. Guys are made in the same freaking factory. Don't pay stupid amounts of money for these RTL SDR dongles because you're thinking you're getting it from a name brand supplier, blah, blah, blah. Watch my video where I rant on this. These are the same factory, guys. I can tell you just by looking at this, my electronics experience, they did not come from anywhere else. They were assembled, soldered, designed, made, all in the same place. The only difference is the silk screen on the outside. Don't waste your money, guys. Anyway, that's my new rant on SDRs for tonight. I'll close it at that before I rant on about that. I'm a little sensitive to the price of the SDRs, guys. I detest seeing the money that people pay for these things. Tom Show asked off topic, how's the World Cup going for your country? I have no bloody idea. I don't like soccer. I'm a Canadian. We do hockey. And beer. And snow. And then we do beer again. I'll post a link to this too. I found a really interesting post on one of the Arduino forums. Wireless security camera with the Arduino Yun, and I'd like to check out this Yun, but I don't have one yet, and I'm a little excited about it because I think this is crossing a threshold that was restricted to the Pi before, and then then you got the PC Arduino, which I really want to get my hands on, guys. I gotta get me one of those, but I'll post a link to this. The reason that it stuck out to me was the fact that it was such an inclusive, detailed build article. Plus, they had ASCII art. You can't fail with ASCII art, guys. Anyway, some Python scripts, all the information really well laid out. I'll post that up after, but it looked really, really cool. The motion sensor and the USB camera, pretty cool. I was a little excited about that. I got to check it out. The next one I was looking at a little earlier, guys. I have a video on this. One of the ones that failed is the AT-Tiny 85s. I have a bunch of them downstairs, and I won't even tell you what went sideways on this. It had nothing to do with components or Arduino or anything, but these guys have done a dev board and stuck an AT-Tiny 85 surface mount chip underneath the footprint of a standard DIP connection, and then added what looks like the USB connection for power. They do mention there's no voltage regulator, which is a shame, but and a reset switch. That's just too cool. The AT-Tiny 85, I think, is a pretty wicked little chip, and I look forward to getting mine on camera for you guys. They definitely have some very specific applications that can make life a little bit fun. Such a tiny little chip and so much power. Pretty impressive. Just gonna pan back to the comments here and make sure I catch up. And Tom said, well, the UK are out. Yeah, I did hear that. Steven said the UK are out because the ref was not looking. He only looked when we did something wrong, never when they did. Isn't that always the way, guys? The ref's always looking on one side only. Just is what it is. I'll share this. I am not endorsing this project. I ran across this. And the Picoduino, world's smallest Arduino. I'll just post the link to this, guys. I won't say any more about it. I haven't even finished watching the video yet. I think this... Anyway, you tell me what you think of it. I'll throw it on the G+ community. Guys, I ran across this one today, and I thought I'd show you. Maybe we can even... let's see if we can play it. The guy, a simple tachometer circuit with Arduino.
Com Arduino, sensor magnético, pin com ímã, montagem, display, Arduino Uno, dale.
So I ran across this, guys, and it's not the project that got to me. It was the application. So years ago, I made a DIY gas turbine engine, a jet engine. It's still in my garage, actually, and one of the largest problems I had with that thing was instrumentation. I needed a tachometer. This was maybe simple for a combustion engine, but I needed a tachometer for an engine that idled at 60,000 RPM. And this is maybe why I'm so hooked on Arduino now, is the fact that you can make a tachometer or any other instrumentation in minutes. And it's so easy with custom displays. What I did with mine, I had an infrared emitter and an infrared receiver that would bounce off the nut on the impeller turbine of the engine. And sure, like idle RPM is 60,000 RPM ish. So I painted one flat of the nut that holds the impeller turbine on, and it would give me one signal, one flat per RPM for revolution. But the only way I had to measure it, I had to put it into a digital volt ohm meter that had frequency measurement, and then I had to manually do the math in my head by looking at it or putting a little cross-reference sheet below this thing. So when the thing is just screaming out and I'm looking at the frequency measurement, I'm like, okay, what do we got for RPM there? Okay, yeah, we're still safe. We're not in the red line, because red line was death. The thing was bloody dangerous. Anyway, the amount of stuff we can do with these Arduinos now. Oh, sorry about that. And just simplify the stuff that I used to struggle with a few years ago. Maybe that's why I'm so into it and find so much fun in this. Anyway. Whoa, I missed a whole bunch of comments, guys. I'm gonna try and catch up here. Leroy ended up getting a real Arduino Leo and Mega from China for $10 and $15 respectively. Free shipping that came with a USB cable. Yep, it sounds about right. Actually, I don't have the Mega here that IC Station sent me, but their price isn't off of about $15, so sounds reasonable. Wesley asked, what do I want to do with PCDuino? Everything, Wesley. The PCDuino is going to bridge a gap for me between connectivity and the Arduino. I would definitely use it in my home automation project that I have planned, that you guys will see some videos coming forward on that. But I don't know. Beyond that, I just think it's a Raspberry Pi, but something that I like better. I like the Arduino. I just is what it is. I'm too dumb for the Raspberry Pi. Just curious what projects you had in mind. Yep. Speaking of corrosion, by using sodium hydroxide drain cleaner to etch PCBs from aluminum foil, but most of my resists are just peeling off in the caustic soda bath. Any ideas? Let me reread that. I've been using sodium hydroxide to etch the PCBs from aluminum foil. From aluminum foil. I'm gonna have to ask you to rephrase that, because I'm just getting confused, because I know what sodium hydroxide does to aluminum foil, because we used to make bottle bombs doing that. You used to go to the grocery store and buy the cheapest bloody Drano you could buy and a roll of aluminum foil, and you throw it in a bottle and you make big boom. Anyway, I'm a little confused about the process you're using there. Stephen asked, do you have a good tutorial on how to get an Arduino working with a touch screen? That's my next project. Nope, Stephen, I do not. If anything, I've failed miserably at that. I have I think it's a 3.2 inch TFT screen. It was bought at eBay China, bottom of the barrel. But it still was a lot of money though, compared to what I pay for most things. I think it was $15 or something. I could never get the thing working, period. I'm pretty sure it was a pretty good quality one, but no, I had no luck, fella. I got nothing. Leroy asked, do you see the Mbuino on Kickstarter? Nope, I have not. Can you post that in the G Plus community for me so I can check that out after? Because I'll forget in these comments. Wesley said that tachometer is awesome. Yeah, super simple, but God, incredible what we can make now, guys. Sorry for the lag. In case you guys don't know, what I'm streaming to you, even though I have no delay set into my video, there is a multi-second lag. It is what it is, especially for the comments, but I'm watching my live stream that you guys are seeing, and it's significantly behind the live, so it's just the way the YouTube streaming works. Tom Show said, my first time watching, been great. After exams to watch again night. Hey, cheers, Tom. Glad you could join tonight. Appreciate you stopping by. I agree, Tom Show, the first 10 minutes of the second half was shocking. Leroy said, yeah, but I was really expecting a clone Arduino coming from China. These were the real deal, stamp made in Italy and all that. Yeah, Leroy, they weren't made in Italy. You need to understand how things work in China. They will put forth crazy man hours and getting molds and etching and silk screens to be identical to originals, whether it be Nike shoes to Arduino boards. They will clone them and they will sell them and they will flood the market with them. Do I think there's a problem with that? Yes and no. With something open source like the Arduino, that they give those files out and the only thing they request is you don't use the name, I don't see a problem. I really don't think they're infringing on anything other than the name that might, if there was a bunch of defective ones, I guess people maybe like yourself who were under the impression that it was a real one might complain to the original Arduino. But the harm that would be the only harm I can see on an open source item like that. But anyway, yeah, they're they're not real. If you bought them out of China, they will be the same. The components will be the same for the most part, and they're not real. Da, 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 da. I'll give you some information on experience with TFT touchscreens. Thanks, Leroy. Awesome. Steven said we got 3 touchscreens from DX really cheap and need to get them programmed. Cool. Dry mouth tonight, guys. So this is one of the, this happened just before the broadcast that I started tonight. Anybody have one of these? This is a laser pointer. I've always had the little tiny keychain ones. A friend of mine gave me this the other day. Apparently they're under $5. I think they're 150 milliwatt ish, but I wonder if I can get that on the wall behind me. Yeah, you can probably see that's pretty impressive little laser. So I said thanks to my friend who gave me this, and I was trying to think of what am I gonna do with this thing. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I can point it at stuff. It's like I said, I think around 150 milliwatt. It's not, you're not gonna light any fires with it. So I quickly went on YouTube before the broadcast here, and I just happened to look up. I just looked up laser pen, but how to easily hack a $5 laser pen pointer to burn. And sure enough, this is the exact same one as mine. And what they do is they pull this glued in tip out of here, and underneath is actually a focus ring. And believe it or not, it's simply threaded. And the kids were taking these things and threading it down to focus the beam down to a pinpoint, and that'll only work for short distances in that case, because this isn't even high power either. It's really low power, but they're able to light fire to stuff with 150. I think it's, I could be wrong on the numbers, guys, but I think it's 150 milliwatt laser, and able to light firecracker fuses, burn through tape, pop balloons, no problem. And geez, that's pretty cool for under $5. I thought I'd share that. No rhyme, no reason to this channel, guys. Just goofy stuff. Let's go back. Get back to the chat here, guys. Leroy said, link to the Arduino posted. Cool. Thanks, Leroy. Much appreciated. Guys, that is pretty much all I had. Actually, this went a lot longer than what I expected. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. This was only supposed to be a hardware test, but it turned out to be a bit of a blast. Love hanging out with you guys. Hopefully the stream worked out pretty good. I'm just checking back to my drop. See, I had a few 288 drop frames this session, but not bad for 50 minutes. My ISP is supposed to be changing my upload bandwidth in the next week or so. For anyone who watched one of my original live casts, I mentioned how my ISP didn't have any options other than business internet at ridiculous money. So being a cooperative that I'm actually a shareholder, I went right to the board of directors and told them that they need to change their business model, or at least that they should investigate that. Sure enough, after this is going on, I think 3 weeks now, I spoke to them on Friday, and they have determined that they will be doing a 2-tiered system for home internet to change our upload bandwidth and give me what I need to upload to you guys. Right now, I'm on a 2 meg up bandwidth, and by hopefully in a week or two, I should have 5 meg up, and that should be plenty enough for HD video, I think. Fingers crossed, guys. Steven said, "Good test. All in all, It was great to be here." Thanks, Steven. Really appreciate that. What I'm doing is similar to the resist method with copper PCBs, but I'm using aluminum instead of copper. I'm putting tape on the back of my aluminum foil so my PCBs are flexible. Oh, I hear you now. Okay. So you're actually using the aluminum as the PCB and using a backer of tape. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I'd have to scroll back to your original question to see what the problem statement was and what you were running into, but it sounds like, well, the sodium hydroxide would definitely work as an etchant. Maybe the problem is just the masking. I'd have to go back in the chat to find that, but you're onto something. There's no reason that can't work. At the end of the day, there's no reason that can't work. It's just a matter of etching it out or finding a way to cut it effectively. I would have to think a laser cutter would be far better for that application rather than a mask with an etchant. But I don't know. I'm no expert. It's been 20 years since I last etched a circuit board. And yeah, I was in early high school the last time I etched a board. So I did take a long hiatus from electronics, but so I'm no expert on that. Leroy said, "Always enjoy the show, even with it isn't planned." Yep, this is totally not planned. Guys, if you have any suggestions on date and time for the live show, I'd really like to do these, but ultimately, an hour, like, they're I enjoy them to hang out with you guys, and I love the feedback. I love yakking back and forth. I'd love to have some people call in like we did on the previous ones, but if it doesn't work for everybody's time slot, it's just another video for you to watch, which is fine. To some people, I watch some live broadcasts after the fact from start to finish, but it's an hour of video. Very few people have time to do that, and I don't have time to timestamp each title and blah 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 through topics. So if there's a time that works best for everyone to get together, I know that's impossible, but let me know in the chat, preferably, what kind of days of the week, what time zone, what time period. Just throw it out there, guys. I had a lot of people join that were not from North America in the last ones, and it's tough because I have a lot of friends on the West Coast, YouTube friends, that probably can't join as easy because they're just getting off work and maybe still in transit right now from their work. Haven't even had supper yet, so my Monday night broadcast is an hour earlier than this one, which means they're not even off work yet, most of them. So I don't know how to swing this that it's going to work for everyone, but maybe I can do a rotating schedule. Right. His problem is it's hard to protect the aluminum. Yeah, it seemed to etch through everything. Yes, it would. Actually, you know what I would do? I just thought of this. If I were you, I'd move to a less potent etchant. What you're using dissolves aluminum foil to nothingness. You may want to move back to my chemistry is not that good anymore, but move back to a milder etchant that would attack it. Something like not as soft as like lemon juice kind of thing. Like you still need to etch the thing, but you're talking microns of thickness. I don't think it would take much to get through it. So you may be able to find a much milder etchant that won't continue to propagate, because I haven't seen your procedure, but I can just visualize that the drain cleaner essentially, once it's in contact, will continue, like you have that amount of contact area and the aluminum will dissolve, but the etchant will still be in that molten goo aluminum and can continue to etch till there's nothing left. Anyway, I haven't seen your project, but this is my mind's eye. I can see that happening. I think the time right now is pretty good timing, but may put up a poll on G Plus. But maybe put up a poll on G Plus. I think it could be later, like 9 or 10 p.m. Yeah, I think that would be a lot better than for most people. But it's so hard. That's usually I had to duck away from family time here tonight. And, my fiance is in the other room watching a movie, and usually Friday nights we're outside doing stuff, but tonight's a little under the weather. There's a little bit of rain and crud outside, so I got off the hook this time. I don't know whether I could make it a regular occurrence on a Friday night. Plus, I usually end up with a couple friends around supper time here or whatever, and if you get into a few of these, not a good time to live broadcast. Or maybe it would be great, guys. Who knows? Anybody want to watch me half canned? Right, said I didn't think of that, so thanks. Well, hey, if anything helped, I had no idea. I'm no expert in any area whatsoever, guys. I just fudge my way through goofy stuff. But guys, I think I am going to call it quits for tonight. I really enjoyed this, guys. From the bottom of my heart, I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys tonight. That was a lot of fun. This isn't what I expected. Really enjoy just getting together. We all have similar interests, and I really appreciate those of you who follow me and my YouTube channel and my website and contribute to the community, and then I get to get ideas and projects and advance my knowledge, and this huge snowball effect that I just love. Anyway, long story short, I'm really glad I get to hang out with you guys on these. But Friday, you'd think would be date night. Midweek might be good. Yeah, the only problem is Wednesday nights is for anybody who doesn't know, you have the Adafruit live broadcast. So you have Ask an Engineer and Show and Tell, which Show and Tell I'm actually supposed to be joining one of these days if I can ever get the darn robot arm back together. My robotic arm with the brain interface actually got smashed. Fell off a shelf, and in turn a fire extinguisher fell off the same shelf and landed on it and smashed it pretty good. Anyway, I'm supposed to show that on the Adafruit Show and Tell. I'm added to the circle, and they had me on their blog, but I don't know when that's going to happen, so that makes Wednesday nights a little tricky. Maybe Tuesday nights. I don't know, guys. I'm open to suggestions. I tend to think that we're going to need to do it later to get some people to show up. I really don't care how many people show up. I'm just content with any one person beyond myself. I wouldn't be too content if nobody showed up. I wouldn't have very much fun. But like, this is fine with just a few of us. I really, it's a lot of personal interaction. I really enjoy it. So anyway, guys, I think I am out. I'm really glad you could join me tonight. Good luck in all your electronics ventures, and please, if you're not subscribe to my channel, and throw some comments out there now and again. Share your videos on the G Plus community. I love checking out other makers, guys. But anyway, glad you could join me tonight, guys. Have a great weekend.